I welcome you to join a clear financial journey with Oluwasegun Samuel Sheksan. I'm really glad we made it to this point, and it's my sincere desire that you find value in today's webinar. Alright, getting started with this webinar, I would like to start with this quote, which said, "Life is a limited resources. Never waste yours experimenting." There are many areas of life that forms a man. There are many areas that forms a man, and it is a good news to for you to know that whatever you are trying to achieve is not new under heaven, which simply means that there are people who has come ahead of you who had the same similar situation as you, if not exactly, and have actually achieved your desired. And these peoples have left informations, guidance, and some every other things that are needed for coming generations to skill pass. So this aspect of man's life in this webinar we'll be talking about a particular aspect of man's life that plays a prominent role in life of a man, and this aspect is the financial aspect. And as the title has said, it says drawing a clear financial journey. However, before we proceed, I want us to read this disclaimer carefully. Now, I want you to know that this video is for educational purpose only, and when we're talking about finance is a personal and a very delicate matter, and it's something that requires everyone personal attention and personal contributions. So I would like to declare that this video is for educational purpose only, and um, any financial responsibility that's come along with this will not be beared by me. So I strongly advise you that after watching this webinar, if you should or find a way to get a professional financial advisor for a personalized advice, because since it's for educational purpose, it is generic and you need to find a way it works best for you. Why I'll be doing my possible diligence to ensure that I touch on key working principles that has worked over time, and I would like us to also do our due diligence, as finance is not something, is a delicate matter that everyone needs to give rapt attention to. Alright, having said that, who is this webinar for? Yeah, I believe this webinar is for anyone who is tired of working hard and still feeling stuck. I see something that money is a game everyone is being forced to play. Now imagine you playing a game you don't know about, and you are to survive via that game. What is going to what if you don't know anything about that game? What you end up experiencing every now and then is failure upon failure, and feeling stuck is one of the things that you won't you won't be able to run away from. So whether you're an undergraduate, a graduate, a 9 to 5 worker, or currently you're in your NYSC years serving in one place or the other, I want you to pay close attention to this webinar, and as it might hold that information you've been praying to God to deliver to you. So I would like you to go to a place that is quiet, so a place where you'll not be distracted, as in these few minutes you'll be spending together in this webinar. Webinar goals. By the end of this webinar, it is my sincere desire that you'll have discovered the following. Number one, that you'll have gained an insightful knowledge on how money really works. Number two, you'll be able to draw a clear and effective earning strategy. For this is where many are making mistakes today that keeps them stuck. Number three, you will become much more aware about costly money mistakes that many are making that they are not realizing. Overall, my desire is that you'll be able to stay informed and actively involved about money making decisions. All right, who is the face behind the voice. Who am I? And why should you listen to me? Alright, my name is Oluwasegun Samo. I am a graduate of computer science from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, FUNAB. I am a sales strategist and development professional. I'm passionate about skill empowerment and also financial literacy. I am an advocate of helping students and young professionals achieve financial security by leveraging opportunities in the digital economy. These are things that I came across earlier while I was on campus that has helped me a lot. And ever since then, I've been an advocate of spreading this information to as many as possible for them to also change their life. Because whether we like it or not, if there is one thing that everyone is being forced to play, it is the game of money. Not knowing this game, we only make dreams and wishes of young adults just mere wishes and die dreaming only if they are given the right information. So spreading this information is something that is sincerely desired, which is the major reason why you hear my voice in a webinar like this. My mission is simple, which is to equip young people with practical knowledge, actionable strategies that help them build valuable skills, create sustainable income, and progress towards financial independence. So please, after watching this webinar, if you know you found one value on two, please don't hold the information to yourself. Try and reach out to as many as possible. Share the link to as many as possible. You can share it to post it on your status, share it with friends. For I believe it's something that will be of great benefit to them. Alright, my belief is simple. My belief is that no student or young graduate should leave school without a clear financial roadmap. And that's exactly what we want to build here today. Alright, table of contents. Now, this webinar is divided into two parts. The first part is titled Understanding the Fundamentals with every of its subsidiaries there. And the second part contains the main title of this webinar, which is Drawing a Clear Financial Journey. It is split into two parts, not just so as not to bore us out. The first part will be touching more on the core fundamentals of things I'll be using to explain the second one. So I need you to please pay attention so you be on the same page and we have the same level of understanding as about certain keywords. Getting started now, understanding the fundamentals part 1. Now, under understanding the fundamentals, we'll be covering number 1, the meaning of joining a financial journey. We'll be talking about the concept of money, which is where we talk about how money really works. We're talking about financial security, financial independence. So, first of all, let's cover uh, meaning of joining a financial journey. Now, drawing a financial journey simply means telling the story of your financial plan on how you will arrive at your financial destination with clarity and simplicity. Now, taking note of these keywords, it means a financial plan that has a destination and that you have clarity about it. And as we all know, that without a destination, there can't be a journey. Now, s- getting started with life financially, it is very important that everyone has what we call a financial destination. And financial destination simply means what you want to attain in this lifetime you've come financially. How much would you want to have in your disposal? What level of financial resources do you want in your disposal? This is what we call a financial destination. Not having this uh will only put you in a situation whereby you don't know what to do, where everything that comes your way it seems to be the right very good. Imagine going to a particular destination and you don't know where you are going to. When you get to the bus stop, when you get to the bus station, any bus that passes, any own buses that comes your way becomes an option for you to board. But when you have a clarity on where you are going to, you don't jump on every opportunities, you don't jump on every bus, you don't jump on any bike, you don't jump on any means of transportation that comes along your way. But you wait specifically and keep an eye open for specific vehicles that are going in your directions. So this is why I said, without a destination, there is no journey. Without a destination, there is no journey. Without a journey, there is no direction. So now let us now go to the main questions of the day, which is having talked about the importance of just having a financial destination. Now, how exactly can we know our financial destination? Now, in this next slide, we'll be talking about how we can know our financial destination. Now, financial destination simply means, as I've explained earlier, that what you want to gather, the level of resources you want to manage and control financially. Now, how is this destination gotten? It is gotten from your desired lifestyle. Now, I'm asking you the question, what is your desired lifestyle? In the next 15, 16, 17 years, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Do you want to be in your own house, being able to go for vacations at least once a month or twice a month? When do you want to retire? How much do you want to retire with? What total number of assets do you want? Now, for this financial destination, it is very important and expected that one has a figure amount of money, be it a billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion. So this is setting this amount as a target over the periods of years. It gives you we bring to you a reality of what you are trying to achieve and the number of time you have to achieve them. Quotable quote. I want us to understand very well that when it comes to finance, life is not designed for you to work forever. This is one mistake I've seen so many make today. I want us to understand that you the young adult age is not forever. The strength you have today are not forever. The opportunities you have today are not forever. A speaker once said, he said, the reason why you're not planning for your retirement is because you don't know what it feels like to be retired. If you actually know what it feels like to be retired, you will plan well and you will take your financial more serious at a younger age. A scripture says that as long as lifetime exists, there will always be seed time and harvest time. So also, I found this principle to be applied also when it comes to in terms of finance. That there is always a time for you to seed and there's always a time for you to harvest. Now, anyone that doesn't participate in the seed time will have to we suffer lack in harvest time. So in the life of every man, there are times where you need to gather with resources, plant them, and prepare them for the future. So you are positioned well for time and periods in your life when you will no longer have the equivalent amount of strength, lifestyle, flexibility, and every other resources that is made available today to in times of finance. So there is always a seed time and harvest time. So the clarity of this will lead us into a chart I would like to show us that has splitted the financial journey of every man into three phases. Now the financial journey chart. Now the financial journey chart has been a diagram I've been using to explain the concept of how money really works and the concept of financial journey over the years, and I found it helpful. Now, if you pay close attention to this diagram, to this image here, you discover we have three circles that host three phases of human life. Now, in The coming slides will explain what each circles end in and why we will now dive into this chart proper in the part 2 of this webinar. So please, if you follow me to this point, I will encourage you to follow me to the end. Now, paying attention to this image, you will discover that we have the first circle contains no skill, no job. Second circle contains financial security. The third circle contains financial independence. While these two circles hold two subsidiary, which simply means there are two people that exist in each of these circles. Now, for the financial security, we have those who are half rich and we have the rich. While for the financial independence, we have those who are the ultra rich people and we also have those who are wealthy. Now, much clarity will be delivered as time goes on. So please, I need us to be much more attentive than ever before. Now, the first circle contains no skill, no job. Now, I want us to understand that every man is born empty. Almost average man is born empty. You have no skill, you have no job, you have nothing securing you. You were born completely empty. You simply have nothing for you. You can give in exchange for money when it comes to finance. Whenever you are born, probably maybe only if you're born into the royal house. I don't know if there are other things like that, but I believe for as many that will be watching this video will be me, you understand when I say one is born empty, because everyone needs to get started with life depending on certain persons, which we regard to them as parents for you to survive. Now, um, this circle, if after over the years one is still finding himself in the circle of no skill, no job, I don't like using the word poverty, so that's why I use the word no skill, no job. If after a long period of time you still find yourself in the first circle, I would like you to pay attention to the subsequent slides I'm about to dive into right now. Now, financial circle one, no money, no skill or job. Now, I want you to know that the difference between where you are and where you are going to is information. Having the right information, as you have higher tendency to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So before we proceed, I would like us to get some clarity of certain myths that might be keeping you stuck wherever you are. Now, number one is that these are not your financial determinants. I want you to pay attention to this slide and look at the list I have here. Your country economy is not your financial determinant. Your background you come from is not a financial determinant. Your helper is not a financial determinant. Having connection is not a financial determinant. Now, I want you to understand that while all of these are true, while all of these things I make mention of have something to contribute to your financial life, not even something, has a lot to do with your financial life. I want you to know that they are not the things needed for the start. You are not in the state you are because the economy is bad. Because history has proved it that even in bad economies, people rise. I want to bring it to you that there are people that has even much more tough say situation than you do right now, and they are scaling in this economy. Now, what is that thing that they know? It's because they've come to the reality that the economy is something you can't control, but your life is something you can control. Many times we focus on things we can't control and we lose controls on things we are supposed to control. These things are has effects fine and good, but they are not the major reason why you are wherever you are. You are where you are today because you chose to be there. And if after this webinar you want to choose not to be there, there are things that could be done. The moment you start giving yourself the attention that my financial life is my personal responsibility, It's not the responsibility of my parents. It's not the responsibility of parents. It's not the responsibility of my rich uncle. It's not the responsibility of anyone around me. It is my life and my personal decisions that determines wherever I will be or attain financially. We are coming to this reality. We we give you a wake up call and a quick emergency approach to on how to deal with your finance. No one is keeping you wherever you are. You are not poor because of your background. You are not poor because the economy is bad. Someone once reached out to me and told and advised me that uh, um, I should try to step out of the my current country, which is Nigeria, to a better greener pasture, probably to another country or something to build resources and the likes. It's a very good advice, but I do see something that you can't leave your country a mediocre and become a king in another land. So while it is a desire also, but it is not a determinant of what I will become. It's not a determinant uh of what you can attain financially. So please, if you're having the feeling of I am where I am because of where what I'm going through, because of the background I come from, in as much as you have opportunity to be listening to me right now, it simply means you have a phone. It simply means you have access to information. It simply means you understand my language, which is English that I'm speaking right now. You are good to go. There's nothing stopping you. You are the only one stopping yourself. And the fact that you are in where you are right now is because you chose to be there. Now, and I want you to start renouncing. I want you to begin to to unchoose if there is a word like that. I want you to begin to deny that place you are and begin to look on things you can control. Now, proceeding to the next slide, we'll be talking about another myth that so many people has about money. A misconception that about money that is costing a lot of people a lot of things in terms of their financial life. It does not take money to make money, but it does takes money to make more money. Now, there is this popular phrase that says that it takes money to make money. It is this is something that has kept a lot of people down. They believe that for you to actually make money, it depends on the large amount of money you have. History has have it that there are people who started with nothing, no helper, no investor, and have built empires. They didn't start with money, they started with something. It does not take money to make money. This is a reality I also I found very strong or very difficult to accept earlier in life, but come to the realization that whatever I'm trying to achieve, money is not the first obstacle I'm to face. It's not the first, and I'm putting it to you also that it does not take money to make money. It takes a lot of other things. Money flows in different directions. Money flows with relationship. Money flows with value. Money flows with a lot of things that it does not take money to make those things. As a matter of fact, some of these core things cannot even be bought genuinely with money. So I want you to debunk the idea that what is stopping you is you not having money. No. What is stopping you from making money is not you. It's not the lack of money, but the lack of information about money. The lack of information about money is what is keeping you stuck about money. And that is what is denying you the access of making money. But I believe also that it takes money to make more money. When you are trying to make money via employment, you need to have money to sustain yourself for transportation feeding before your payment will start rolling in. That's using money to make more money. You want to sell a product to someone, there are two approaches to it. there are approaches that does not require money. There are approaches that requires using money to make more money. One of the mistakes so many people make is that they approach money from the standpoint of money to make more money, and they will fail woefully because they don't have the money to make more money. Meanwhile, all what the hustle have gone for earlier is making money and not money to make more money. I want to more we be talked about this concept as we move. To make money is not does not requires money, but to make more money requires money. So having established this fact, I would like to touch on a little one of the ways that money really works, and that will be in the next slide. Now, all right, under financial cycle one, how does money really works? Now, explaining the concept of how money really works. I want you to pay close attention to this flow. Now, I said money flows in the direction of value. Value in this sense means anything that you can use in exchange for money. Money flows in the direction of value. Money flows in direction of value, and value is interpreted as anything that can be used in exchange of money. I want us to pay attention to those words because I'll be using them often in coming lessons. And value itself is derived from time. Now, how do we build value? How do we build something that can be exchanged for money? Now, we build something of value that can be exchanged for money by spending time on a particular thing that can be exchanged for money. There are a lot of repetitions here, but I want us to gain the insights here. And what what you do with your 24 hours will determine your level of income. Now, what you do with your time will determine your level of income. So, I want us to understand that flow. It says money flows in the direction of value. Value is derived from time, and what you do with your time will determine your level of income. This is the simplest and the easiest concept about money. So when people walk up to me and ask me, Sheikh Sam, how can I make money? The first question I ask is that, do you have time? If you have time, you can make as much as you want to. Because the raw concept of money, the main means of exchange, is not money itself. Because money is a derivative, money comes from something. And what money comes from is time. The work you're doing to earn right now is you're exchanging certain amount of your time to get something in return. The main transaction that exists in life is the concept of time. Time. I want us to pay close attention to this, as this will help us in coming lessons. Alright, okay, I think we are coming to the end of the first circle, which is financial circle one. And these are the points I want us to know, that money flows in a direction of value, and value is derived from time, which I believe everyone listening to this webinar has time. You have 24 hours every day, and whatever you spend your time on will determine your level of income. So I'm putting it to you that the reason why you are earning what you are earning right now is because of what you are spending your time on. And if you want to change whatever you are earning right now, you need to start spending your time on something else that will change your income. Spend your time on something else, and I'm telling you that it will lead to a commensurate change of level of income. Now, back to our financial chart. Now, we've talked about the first circle, which is the state of not having a skill, not having a job, or not have lacking the basic things of of um of life, or basic finance to survive. Now, I haven't dealt with that, and we've talked about how money really works. That you need to debunk all the myths and accept reality and begin to take necessary actions by spending your time on the right thing that determines your levels of income. Look at things that people are doing that has the level of income you desire and spend your time on that thing. And I'm telling you definitely that people will come and exchange money with you for that thing you spent your time on. Now we move straight to the second circle very briefly, and as I would like to speed up and and conclude this part. Now, financial circle 2, financial security. Now, what is the term financial security? Now, financial security is the ability to consistently exchange value. I hope you didn't forget the concept of value I explained earlier. Is the ability to consistently exchange value for money to meet financial needs. Now, it is this consistent exchange that we refer to as work. I am going to work, I am going to work simply means that you are consistently exchanging a value to meet your financial needs. In other words, financial security is possessing the ability to create value that can be exchanged for money. Having something a total stranger can pay you for, whether they like you or not. One of the ways people make money is relationship. um if you have relationship with someone, you don't have the you don't really need to really work for that person out of love, out of relationship, or who you come from, or the background you come from, or some every other thing. You might have access to certain money that you don't even work for. But financial security here simply means that you possess an ability to create a value that even those that doesn't like you will pay you for it. You have something people can exchange money for. If you have something people can pay you today, that's that can pay people can pay you money for today, you're financially secure. You're financially secure. If you don't have, probably you're a student right now, and you know you don't have anything that people can pay you money for, unless you ask them for it, unless you beg. It simply means you're not a financially secure, and this is something you need to work with. Now, sources of financial security. Now, listed here are possible forms where anyone can get financially secure. Don't um don't forget that these forms, there we have different forms of these we have different forms of these things, and these in each of all of these things hold different level of income and different possibilities. Each and every of these forms work differently for different persons. One, maybe your current state right now, what you might be needing is employment or a remote job or a business. Each of all of these forms has different financial implications, risk, and possibilities. And it is very important that you know the one you are to go for at the right time and the right moment. During the clear financial journey, the part two, we dwell more on this and we have clarity on, okay, this is where I'm to start from. Everyone is being wired, majority of everyone is being wired to think that the only form of financial security is employment, which is a lie. Employment is not the only form of financial security. As a matter of fact, employment only work for certain kind of people in developing their financial journey. So it's very important that we have this information at hand. It's not every form of security you can embark on. So which is this is where I was talking about. If you don't have a destination, you you won't know the kind of vehicle you are to board. Now, for example, anyone who is trying to um achieve certain amount of billions in a period of let's say in about 5, 6 or 10 or 15 or 17 years. Now, you we understand and know that if I'm to go the employment route, there are certain kind of employment that can help me achieve this, and not just any employment. I want to believe you understand this concept. And uh and I would like you to do me a favor of for everything you learn, for every lesson you pick, you could please leave it in the comment section, or drop it in a DM, or drop it on our community, or drop it in the group you found out yourself, so as to educate others, and also share your insights with others. Your financial destination determines the form of financial security you embark on. I think I listed about 8 to 7 of them here, and each of them has different possibility. I want us to know that now. But one thing I noticed that there's this level of mistakes that a lot of persons are making when picking their financial security, and this is what I would like us to pay close attention to. And because many are making it without even realizing it, I want you to pay close attention to these mistakes and see if they are mistakes you're making, and if you find yourself to be victim of any of them. So I strongly advise that you begin to effect your correction as of the moment, because your financial journey does not start tomorrow. It starts now. And this will take us to the next slide, which talks about 5 costly mistakes associated with picking the right form of financial security. 5 costly mistakes associated with picking the right form of financial security. Listed here are five mistakes associated with picking the right form of financial security. As I've said earlier, your destination determines what you are trying to achieve. Now, one of the mistakes I notice is expenses. So many people go blindly, walk blindly, and pick on any opportunity without considering their expenses. We exist at different level of expenses. It's very important that you know what leaves you, what is required of you every month. What how much am I spending on feeding? How much am I spending on data? How much am I spending on transport? How much am I spending on upkeep? How much am I spending on rent? Averagely. Now, knowing the cost of what leaves you every month gives you a control. I see something what you don't know, you can't control. I've been on a call with certain persons that claims that they are working, and only after just about few minutes into our conversation, into our consultation, we discover that you working a whole month and the only leftover you have is about 1,000. If you remove, if you leave the barest minimum of life out of that money, the only spare amount of money you have is 1,000, because this person was complaining that I don't have anything at the end of the month. I've been working for so numbers of months and there's nothing to show for it. The question I asked you, have you for once pay attention to the amount you're spending every month? If you don't have a clarity of what you're spending, instantly some just becomes a no-no for you. Some figures amount of money becomes a no-no for you. Another mistake I observe people are making is lifestyle. Not having a lifestyle of what you want to achieve gives you puts you uh in a financial dilemma, that you will be feeling stuck because you don't have a lifestyle you want to live. You don't have an idea of the environment that can sustain what you actually desire. uh you pick on the wrong form of opportunities. Now, a clarity on that aspect is that your lifestyle design that your lifestyle determines your level of income. If you are picking income based on just mere survival, you will pick on the wrong ones. I've seen people make this mistake a lot. You are earning low, you are living in places that your what you are earning cannot sustain. Oftentimes, this mistake is being made because maybe probably before now, the expenses was being taken care by probably parents, uncles, or relatives around. But now, when they are getting started with life, eating the real reality, they find it difficult to understand and know and plan their life as regards a particular lifestyle. If your lifestyle is what will sustain your income, And if you don't have a income that is commensurate to your lifestyle, it is either you drop your lifestyle or you increase your income. And this is one thing that, if not having this clarity, we only keep you stuck. And that's why we observe certain persons that you've known them for a long period of time, and there is no change in their lifestyle, there's no change in their finance, there's no change in anything that is revolving around them. This is because there's no desired lifestyle. Oh, the third one, I think I would like to run a little bit so as to cover this slide. I've spent a lot of amount here already. So the third one here is personal strength. This is one big mistake that I've seen a lot of people make. You are trying to make money and you are not considering your strength and your weakness. For every individual, we have strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Not knowing your personal strength in terms of finance sets you up for failure completely. Some persons came from a wealthy home, they have money as a strength. So they have the tendency of scaling faster and making more money. Why you as a person, you don't have money as a strength, and you are diving into opportunities that requires money as a strength. I tell people there are certain opportunities that until you fail to certain level of times, you might not figure your way out. The difference between you and that person that is good at whatever he's doing is because he has failed more than you. So in failure and in mistakes come mastery. Now, in anything you are picking as a form of financial security, it is very important that it is something that you have strength in. It's something that you know that you have higher advantage on. Probably strength in this sense now means that maybe in any financial opportunity, anything you are picking on, maybe your strength right now is that you have more time. Leverage on that more time to do things that requires more time to make money. If what you have right now is access to consistent flow of income and you know you have leftovers, leverage on that running over or leftovers that you have now to build something. If you know, okay, you're not you don't have this, you don't have that, all you know is a physical strength or energy, leverage on that now to build something, to make money first. Then you will now begin to scale from there. I've seen people dive into opportunities, and they without paying no attention to their strengths. I've seen people sign up for courses, and after learning the whole course, they have no resources to implement it. I've seen people sign up for digital opportunities that, because they have the knowledge, but they have no actionable steps. They have nothing to implement those things, and this is what is keeping them stuck. And the painful part of it is they are repeating that loop over and over and over and over again. Now, if I ask you that what you're doing currently, if you can you do it consistently for months without you being paid, and you still be able to do it? These are ways you discover where you have your strength from. Can you do it consistently? Because consistency brings about results, and you can only be consistent when you are approaching situation from a standpoint of personal strength. I want to believe this is effectively communicated, and we gain one or two from there. The fourth one there is destination. Many people pick financial security without having any financial destination. Now, when I say financial destination, now let me explain it using this term. Many people enter a job without having anything they want to achieve with that job. My question now is that what you are doing right now to make money, how long have you told yourself you are going to do that thing to make a certain amount of? Do you have a figure amount of money you are trying to use what you are doing right now to make money to achieve? Not having this keeps you in a loop. Not having this, the major reason why we anyone should pick on opportunity is to achieve a particular thing. But it's painful that economy has kind of conditioned the mind of people, a lot of people, to survive instead of plan. It is important that what I'm doing right now, what do I want to achieve out of it? Speaker once asked an interviewer, he said, how many red cards do you notice on your way down to this place? The interviewer could not give a response, but he asked him that, did you see the red cards? He said, yes, I saw red cards, but I just don't know how many. So the reason why you were unable to know the numbers of red cards that you encounter while you were coming here is not because there are many, but it's because you didn't pay attention to it. Now, many people are trying to achieve something, but they're not paying attention to details about it. They are working to achieve something, or should I even some are even working without a target or a destination at heart. One major reason why some people are working is they want to build a house, they want to build certain things, and what they are doing currently cannot even commensurate to that. Although why there are different earning strategies that we'll be talking about in the coming lessons that can solve problems as regards this. But I just want to just emphasize and educate us more on the fact that there is a need for you to have a financial destination as of any financial security you embark on. Not having this is a mistake. Why? Because it keeps you in a loop. You don't know how long you are to stay. You don't know how long it's going to cost you. You don't know how long it's going to take you. And your greatest asset is time. Wasting it, not knowing it, not knowing these things is you wasting time. Is you signing up to waste time. And although there are other things to consider when it comes to work, I'll dwell more on this on the second lessons because there are some works that you do that you do them not just because for the money, but for the value they have to offer that has the potential of helping you make more money. This is a different case. But you see, when you are working for money, it's very important that you have what you're trying to achieve with that money. Not having this is a big mistake. The last but not the least is here is wrong vehicle. The wrong vehicle here. This is always as a result of not having a financial destination, not having something you want to achieve for your life over a period of time. Maybe you want to make 5 billion within 15 years of your life. Not having something like this gives you make people goes or enter the wrong vehicle. Imagine you are going to a place and you don't know where you're going to. Every bus, every car, every means of transportation that meets you at the bus station is an option. But you see, the moment you know what and where you are going to, instantly you stand on a lookout for vehicles or means of transportation that are going in that direction. So when it comes to finance, it's not just about moving, it's about moving in the right direction. When it comes to finance, it's not just about making money, it's about making money in a right direction. When it comes to building finance, it's not about just anything that comes your way. It's about picking the right thing, waiting for the right vehicle that comes your way that can convey you to where you're going to, and positioning yourself in a place, in a station where that vehicle can come. This is another mistake I've seen a lot of people make that I would like you that you're listening to this webinar to pay attention to. Entering the wrong vehicle. Ask yourself, by now I want to believe you have probably drawn an amount of money you want to make. And ask yourself, am I in the right vehicle right now? Can what I'm doing right now, can it help me achieve this thing I want to achieve? What I'm learning right now, when I'm done with this, can only this help me achieve this? Or I will need to learn additional things with it? Where I'm working right now, can this work I'm doing help me achieve this? Or I need to start doing something in my spare time in order for me to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Now, let me even drop this here, that if you are doing something right now that is earning you money, but that does not give you time, and what you are earning is not enough to sort your expenses, I'm breaking it to you that you are in a loop and you need to wake up from that call. You need to begin to seek other options right now. If you are in a job opportunity or in anything that is making you money, what is the money it is making you is not enough, and it's not still giving you enough time for you to be able to make more money. I'm telling you, you are in a loop, you are in a tunnel that is closed. A tunnel that is bent in a circle way. It's like you moving in a circle. You'll be open and thinking there's going to be a light, there's going to be a survivor. And I'm telling you, what is wasting there is the most valuable aspect of your life, which is time. And there's a need for you to break away. These are mistakes that must be paid attention to. They are costly. And it's my sincere desire that we come to this realization. And heading back to the financial chart, we've talked about no skill, no job. We've talked about financial security, and we just concluded about its forms. And I think I would like to add to financial security very fast that the form of your financial security will determine your level in the financial security level, whether you be an average or you be on rich level. Average means you're just trying to survive, meet with ends needs, and while rich means your income is enough to help you live comfortably, and you have excess to do other things. So that's the definition of rich. So I want us to be on the same picture and based on the same understanding. So on that definition, we are moving now to the third circle, which is financial independence. Now, what is financial independence itself? I said independence is the next phase after financial security. It involves using money to make more money. Don't forget what I make mention of about when we're talking about money. Here, you don't have to work. Your money system and asset does the work for you. Now, for financial security, you work, you consistently exchange value to make money. But we see for financial independence, here you don't have to work. Here, your money, your systems, and your assets does the work for you. You put your money to work. The concept of putting your money to work, that's the concept. That concept is gotten is talking about financial independence. Now, and this is the end goal for everyone that is working, because coming to the reality and the understanding that you don't have the strength and the tenacity to work forever. You're not designed to work forever. You know that you need to work for a while and build financial independence. That when you no longer have the strength, the liberty, the freedom, the whole resources to put work as you are putting it right now. When you no longer have those strength, you have systems, money, and assets working for you. Now, uh, let's move to the next slide. Now, sources of financial independence. Now, in this slide, they are listed here. Things that can give you financial independence, things that you can use your money you can use your money as a leverage to work for you, things that you can use systems or assets to use as a leverage to work for you. Now, number one thing I have on my list here that can give you financial independence is stock. The second one here is real estate. The third one here is business ownership. The fourth one here is digital products, intellectual properties, dividend investment, equity, and profit sharing. So financial independence are stock, as I've mentioned, stock, real estate, and the likes. These are the sources of financial independence. One mistake I see people make is that people pursue these things, they pursue stocks, real estate, and all of these financial independence when they are not yet financially secure. And this is what is causing frustration for so many. These things are being built on leverage. Now, imagine someone that is earning 30,000 naira in a month and someone that is earning a million in a month, the both of them are now trying to leverage on stock, for example, as financial independence, that they want to build stocks then so that when they can no longer work, their stocks will be paying them return. Now I want you to imagine how much will they be earning, how much how much when the two of them will retire, maybe after like 30 years or 20 years, which one will live much more comfortable? Of course, the one that has money. You understand? So these are sources of financial independence, and I think I've touched on that already. I just dropped that insight along the road. So the next slide we have here is the difference. What's the difference between financial security and financial independence? Now, financial security is when you work for money, while financial independence is when your money, assets, and system work for you. This is the simple difference between the both of them. So, financial security, you work for money, you exchange value for money. But you see, for financial independence, here you don't need to work. You use your money that you have made, your assets you have built, the systems you have built to work the money, to work for money for you. So that is that about that. So let's move to the next slide we have here. The next slide we have here is talking about wealth building. Okay, I said wealth building follows the simple principle of saving. Yes, wealth building follows the simple principle of saving. What was hidden, what is hidden is what and how exactly we have to save in order to be wealthy. This will be coming up in the next training, in your on common trainings. And I also want you to know that your financial security determines your level of financial independence. These are points I want us to know, and that is the exact reason why being rich is a must and not an option. All right, let me run through these points again, and deliver my level of clarity to effectively communicate these things. I said wealth building follows the principle of the simple principle of saving. Both young and old, while we were growing up, uh, they were taught learn how to save. Do not spend all your money. Do not do this. Do not do that. About money, no, understand the concept about saving. And of a truth, after research upon research, I discovered that wealth building is built on that concept, the concept of saving now in order for you to spend later. But what is hidden is how exactly and what exactly are you to save? Are you really to save money or you are to save in other things? And how are you supposed to save? These are the things that are hidden about these savings that is not being talked about, and we'll be covering that in our coming lessons. Now, your financial security determines the level of your financial independence. Don't forget, I told us that for financial security, we have two levels of people there. We have those who are average, who are trying to meet ends needs. They have little to no leftovers. We have the rich. The rich are living comfortable and they still have excess money to do other things. Now, we use the level of what you earn as a financial security will determine the level of what you are going to achieve as a financial independence. I think that is where I started that example earlier, that I said, imagine someone that is earning 30,000 naira in a month and someone that is earning 1 million naira in a month. If the both of them are both financially secure, why? Because they have something they are exchanging for money. But now, if the both of them are now trying to build financial independence and they are trying to leverage on stocks, if the both of them do that with their leftovers or their excess money over the period of 20 years, the both of them will not become the both of them will not retire on the same level of income. They will not have the same level of financial independence. It's possible down the one with 30,000 naira might attain financial independence. Is possible if the person invests in the right amount of stocks and the likes, but definitely will not match up to the level of the one that has more money to make more money. You understand? So that's just the concept of your financial security determines your level of financial independence. And since achieving financial independence, since we've understand that you don't have the tenacity to work forever. You have to work for a time and live on what you have worked throughout your lifetime. So, since that is the concept, that means it is very important that you have a very strong financial independence. And since you want to have a very strong financial independence, getting rich is no longer an option. It is has now become a must for you. You must be rich. You must be rich if you don't want to work forever. If you don't want to keep doing what you are doing right now and do it even when you are in your old age, you must start planning to be rich. And that is exactly what we will be covering in a part two of this webinar, which is drawing a clear financial journey. Drawing a clear financial journey. We'll be treating how the how one can plan himself to riches from wherever you are right now, whether you're a student that you don't have any skill, any job, anything or whatsoever, or probably maybe right now you are working a salary job or you are doing something currently right now that is helping you make that is making you money and you want to plan yourself to riches, there are ways we can do this, and these are the things we will be covering in the part two of this webinar. I really want to appreciate everyone for following us down to this point. If you follow up from the beginning down to this point, I want to say congratulations to you, and I want to appreciate you for your time I've been spent here. Thank you for trusting our hard work. Thank you for trusting us down to this point. And we are not done yet, and we are not done yet. We still have the part two coming up, and I would like you to go for that also. And it's my sincere desire that we both meet at the top, and it's my sincere desire that we gain insight and transform our income, our level of income, as a result of information given in this webinar. Thank you for joining me in the part one of this series. See you in the part two.